President Toastmaster Adnan. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Adnan. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Renu. And as you all heard, that we are having our 50th meeting today. So, today we are not having the regular meeting. Instead, we are going to have a special meeting today. And let me first tell you about the Toastmasters International. Toastmasters International is a non-profitable organization which teaches us public speaking and leadership skills. Since 1924, it has 3 lakh plus clubs and around more than 15,800 clubs and 3 lakh members, and it is scattered in 149 countries. So it's a big thing to be a part of this big organization. Now, let me also tell you this. Today we are very less in numbers, but we have to celebrate the Diwali as well as our 50th meeting today. So please switch on your mics because I want to hear the the loud voices of the applauses from just 4 of us, guys. Okay, so we have today a very, very special guest, the past international president, Deepak Menon. So also please give a huge round of applause for him. It's our pleasure to have you here. As moving towards the 50th meeting of Toastmasters Club of Storyteller, we are also celebrating Diwali at this occasion. So happy Diwali, everyone. And let me ask you guys, what is the best thing you guys think about Diwali is? Starting from Mehak, the things you love about Diwali.
Diwali is a festival of love, I think, and gathering at places of relatives and friends. I think that is the best part. I love that about Diwali.
Indeed, meeting up with people on this special occasion is really love. It's actual love, what we call. Let's hear from you, Toastmaster Renu. What is the best thing that we love about Diwali?
What I love about Diwali is this, like I want to decorate the house like anything. I buy so many things, all lanterns, diyas and all that, and decorate house lovely and lively. And we go out to meet friends, and I invite many relatives also. So it is a festival with fun and frolic. So this is what I look forward to Diwali.
Indeed, it is indeed. Let's hear from the Toastmaster Deepak.
Thank you, Mr. President. Well, the fact is that the entire world celebrates Diwali. Well, at least the world that we're aware of. And since I was born on Diwali Day,
wow,
as I'm concerned, it's the entire world celebrating my birthday. That's how I treat Diwali. Back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you so much. And it's really good to know the fact that you're born on Diwali. And happy birthday. There are 3 things today we are celebrating.
Yes.
Okay, so without wasting any time, let's just start. First, we are going to have, today we're not going to have a regular meeting, so we're not going to do all the regular boring thing today. We're going to have some fun session, and we're going to have a really inspiring keynote speech from Toastmaster Deepak. And I guess for our club, it will be really, really helpful for us. So first, we're going to let me just tell you the structure of today's meeting. First, we're going to have the keynote speech from Deepak. Then we are going to have a little game, which I'm going to conduct, called No Smiling. Then we have a truth and dare game from Renu and Toastmaster Renu, and then the table topic session with Toastmaster Mehak. So let's start with the keynote speech from Deepak. So Deepak, do you want to see those green yellow and red cards on the screen?
Absolutely. Otherwise, I'll go on and on and on.
Really good for us, I guess. And so I'll show the green card at 10 minutes, right?
Okay.
And at 12:15, I'll show the yellow card. And at 15 minutes, I'll show the red card.
Perfect.
On the screen.
And
Okay.
then you're going to have some questions afterwards?
Yes, we'll have some questions afterwards.
Okay. Looks like it's just going to be the four of us. It's going to be a conversation then.
Well, I didn't expect that we're going to be so small, but let's have some fun with how much we have. I'm sure it's still going to be a great in other way. So let's start. Toastmaster Deepak, the keynote speech, Toastmaster Deepak.
I don't want to go to Toastmasters. I don't think I can go at all. I don't like the sound of Toastmasters. I don't want to go. No. Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters, when you ask someone to come to a Toastmasters meeting, have you received that reaction sometime? When people have told you, no, they don't want to go to Toastmasters. They don't want to come and see what is Toastmasters. Sometimes the reason is that they don't like what we tell them about Toastmasters. When this meeting started, what did our president tell us? He told us that Toastmasters helps build communication skills or public speaking skills and leadership skills. Correct? That's what our president told us at the start of this meeting. And generally, when we want to invite people to Toastmasters, that's what we tell them. Toastmasters helps build communication skills, public speaking skills, leadership skills. And people say, doesn't sound very exciting, not very interesting. Why should we come? We can speak very well. Do you know, that's exactly what happened to me. When I was first invited to come to a Toastmasters meeting, and it was a long time back in 2002, it was Mr. Narinder Bajaj who first informed me that there is such a thing called Toastmasters. And when he told me that it will help me improve my communication skills, my first reaction was, no, I don't want to go to Toastmasters. What will I do? I have been communicating ever since I was born. I thought I had great communication skills. I did not think that I needed to go to a club to enhance my communication skills. So I was very reluctant. I didn't want to go to Toastmasters. But finally, I did go, and only for the reason that I thought I'd attend the meeting and then tell Mr. Bajaj that I'm not interested, because otherwise he would have kept chasing me and persevering hard in trying to get me to Toastmasters. Of course, when I went to the meeting and saw what it had, I joined the club. But that's another story. And I came to realize that the challenge lies not in our inviting people to come to Toastmasters. The challenge lies in our not articulating what is Toastmasters. What does Toastmasters truly mean to us, to each one of us? A person who's joined a day ago, for them, Toastmasters is quite different from a person who's been a member for 6 months, maybe a year, maybe 10 years. Well, I've been a member for 19 years, and Toastmasters has shown me many colors, all the colors of the rainbow and much, much more. So now when I tell Toastmasters, or when I tell the story of Toastmasters to people who don't know about Toastmasters, I tell them about what Toastmasters has done to me, how Toastmasters has changed my life, how I have improved, the life lessons I have learned in Toastmasters, the most abiding things that I have gained through Toastmasters. And that goes beyond communication skills, public speaking, leadership. It's so much more. Do you agree?
Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful. So there I was in 2010, August, in Vancouver. I was visiting my niece, her name Deepti. And when I went to her home, I was taken aback. And you'll ask me, why was I taken aback that day? Because when I saw Deepti, I found that she was not the girl that I had known all those years. Now, the Deepti I had known was this very chirpy, bubbly, full of life girl, always energetic, go getter, life and soul of a party, always chattering. But the Deepti I saw in Vancouver was this very silent, subdued girl who, when she spoke, would stutter. She wouldn't be able to speak a sentence without stuttering. And she hesitated to speak. She had lost her confidence completely. She wouldn't even talk to people on the phone because she was scared that she would stutter. She wouldn't leave her home because she felt she'd meet strangers on the street. People would talk to her and they would then make fun of her. Now, as I said, Deepti wasn't like that at all. Before moving to Vancouver, she used to live in Hong Kong with her family, her husband, her two daughters. And there she was exactly what I had described to you that she was, this very bubbly, energetic, cheerful young person. But this move, this transition from Hong Kong to Vancouver had maybe had her lose her confidence for some reason. And I couldn't figure out what had happened to her. I was in Vancouver only for a very few days. And I knew that before I left Vancouver, I had to do something for her. I wanted her to regain her old self. So I kept after her. I told her, come with me to a Toastmasters meeting. And she knew that, of course, I was being a Toastmaster and what all Toastmasters had done to me. But all she knew about Toastmasters really was that it was a place where you had to go and speak. And the one thing she did not want to do was speak. So whenever I used to broach the subject of Toastmasters, the first thing she would say, no, I'm not going to Toastmasters. No way I'm going to go to Toastmasters. I don't want to go speak at Toastmasters. And that seemed to be the end of it. Until it was almost the last day for my visit to end. And I sat with her and I told her about all that had happened to me in Toastmasters, how Toastmasters was such a supportive group of people where we became family and everybody looked out for the other. Finally, out of disgust, perhaps, Deepti said, okay, I'll go. I'll come with you to a Toastmasters meeting, but only on one condition. I asked her, what's the condition? She said, you have to promise that I will not speak at the meeting. I, of course, readily agreed, knowing very well that it will be impossible for me to keep that promise. How could I promise to her that she would not be asked to speak at a Toastmasters Club meeting? But nevertheless, I made the promise and off we went to downtown Vancouver to a club meeting there. The meeting, as is the case with Toastmasters around the world, was very friendly. People were very friendly. They made us feel very welcomed, warm, and they had us seated. The meeting started, and the first thing that the president did was ask the guests to introduce themselves. And then it was Deepti's turn. I wondered what would be her reaction, but she stood up, said, my name is Deepti, and with that, she sat down. I guess she thought that was it. She wouldn't have to speak anymore. The meeting continued. It went very well. There were some great speeches and wonderful time it seemed that everybody was having at the meeting. Then it was time for table topics. And as all of you know, table topics is when we are asked to speak impromptu on a topic that's given to us. And when the table topics master took the stage, after he had called a couple of members to come and speak, he looked around and his eyes fell on Deepti and he said, Deepti, would you like to come up to the stage for table topics? Now Deepti looked at me and I dared not look back at her because I knew if I were to make eye contact with Deepti, I would be dead. But the table topics master, in a very supportive way, in a very kind manner, kept calling Deepti to come up. And Deepti stood and walked to the lectern. There, the table topics master gave Deepti a topic. And she spoke on the topic. She spoke quite well. She stuttered, but she spoke. And she spoke for nearly a minute and a half. And after she had spoken, and she received a thunderous round of applause, she came back, sat on the chair next to me, refusing to look at me. And I knew that she was absolutely and totally annoyed with me. I knew I was going to have it when we got back home. In fact, we would have it as soon as we left the meeting. The meeting went on, it was time for feedback, and then the meeting ended. And at that time, the president announced the winners of that day. And when it came time for the winner of the table topics, it was Deepti. She had been declared the winner that day. If you had been with me that day in that meeting, you would have seen the smile on Deepti's face. She really felt very encouraged with that applause that she received, with the support that she got, and finally the accolades that she got as she won the Table Topics Award, the best table topic speaker of the meeting. Deepti joined Toastmasters. But she made me make another promise. In fact, she made me make two promises. She said that I would be her mentor. And she also made me promise that when she completed the first milestone in her speaking program in Toastmasters, which was in the legacy program, the traditional program that we had, the competent communication manual, the 10 speeches of that manual, that I would be there back in Vancouver to witness that 10th speech. This time I readily agreed, and I knew I would keep my promise this time. Yes, I mentored Deepti all through those 10 projects. And in August 2011, a year later, I was back in Vancouver to witness Deepti's 10th speech. When I went to the club meeting, I was astonished. What I saw was a miracle. Deepti was the toast of the club. She was the heart and soul of the club. Everybody was going to her, asking for help. She was giving them help, giving them support. Her stutter was almost gone. And then she delivered that 10th speech, and everybody stood up, giving her a standing ovation. I was very proud of what Deepti had accomplished. She was able to then find a job for herself as a school teacher in one of the good schools in Vancouver. And today she's rated as the best teacher in her school. And she credits Toastmasters for this turnaround that happened in her life. My friends, there are many, many stories of how Toastmasters has changed the life of the people it has touched. They perhaps would not have been willing to join Toastmasters unless somebody had nudged them, unless somebody had prompted them, told them their story of why they joined Toastmasters and how Toastmasters impacted them and made them who they were. think about your story. What has Toastmasters done to you, for you? What has been the miracle wrought in your life? Consider what you're going to be able to tell those people who you meet, your friends, your relatives, your colleagues, even perhaps your enemies. Yes, go out there in the world and spread the message, but don't just tell them that Toastmasters is about improving communication skills and leadership skills. Tell them how Toastmasters impacted you, changed your life, and there you will see them all anxiously waiting, queuing outside the door of your club to come and join you, so that you will be celebrating many more milestones, not just this first 50 meetings of the club, but the 100, the 500, the 1,000th meeting of the club, with not just 7 of us in the room, but maybe 700 people. Wouldn't you like that to happen, Mr. Toastmaster?
Let's have the question and answer session, right? You can ask questions to him right now. Okay, so Deepak, why did you choose Deepti's first time experience rather than yours to convey the message in the speech?
I could have chosen my story, but I wanted to tell Deepti's story because I've told the story many times. I've told the story of the transformation that Deepti experienced, because a lot of other people have told me that their own stories resemble Deepti's stories. The confidence that they've been able to gain through Toastmasters has been amazing. Of course, I gained a lot of confidence. I joined Toastmasters because I discovered finally that I was scared to speak before an audience. I was terrified. I remember that first time I went to the meeting that I told you about, and I was called to speak on table topics. I was absolutely perspiring. My heart was beating very rapidly. My legs were trembling, and words wouldn't come out of my mouth. That's when I realized that I was very fearful of speaking before an audience. And I joined Toastmasters only to get rid of that fear. But I got rid of that fear very quickly. But I remained in Toastmasters for very many other reasons. And that's another thing that happens. That while we join Toastmasters for one purpose, when we achieve the purpose, we continue to be in Toastmasters because we now discover more things that Toastmasters offers us. So Deepti's story is a reminder for us as to what kind of transformation can actually occur. And as I said, there are hundreds and thousands of stories around the world of members who've been able to change their lives thanks to Toastmasters.
Deepak, may I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
As the vice president of the club membership,
Mm-hmm.
so I also invite many people to the club meetings and all that. And I don't know whether you were lucky that Deepti listened to you, and she ultimately joined the Toastmasters club.
Mm-hmm.
But this doesn't happen with me. I have been able to introduce only 2 members to the club. And but I keep on calling them. I show them that yes, this is a platform which has changed us also. So why don't you come? But I find it very, very challenging to turn them into the members. Like they feel like yes, they will be joining, but they at the last moment they turn their back. So they are not interested. Might be it is their fear. So how should I tackle with this problem?
Renu, ultimately, the answer lies in what's in it for them. You know, that's, as they say, what's in it for me is the FM channel that everybody wants to listen to. What's in it for me? And that's exactly what they're looking for. How can you speak to them in the language that they will understand, that they will be able to buy into? Ultimately, you're selling something. You're selling Toastmasters to them. How do you couch it in the way that would interest them, which would be of self-interest. You telling them your story is one way. But if you're able to figure out what's going on in their lives, perhaps they've not been promoted in their jobs, perhaps they've been overlooked, perhaps they're not doing very well in their studies or in school or college. Find out about their background, find out what's the thing that's missing in their lives that they can perhaps do with, and couch your invitation to them in the fashion that would attract them to come to Toastmasters. But tell me, Renu, how long have you been in Toastmasters?
It's been 4 years.
4 years. What's the one thing that you have learned in Toastmasters that has changed your life?
Yes, Deepak, actually what happened, I wrote a book. And before that, like I'm a teacher basically by profession. So what I would rate myself, I'm a good teacher. So, but whenever I went for the interviews regarding my book promotion. So I was always perspiring, as you said. So I was in awe of that, thinking like what kind of question they would ask me and all that. At that time, I realized I really need to join something which can enhance my public speaking skills. And I was looking for this kind of platform, and finally, luckily, I found this on the internet. When I came here, and when all everything happens in the same fashion with everybody, but it entirely changed my life. Earlier, I used to take tuitions or the classes. I was one-to-one. So maximum the 10 students were there, 20 students were there. But after joining the Toastmaster, can you believe I have been taking the classes of the police inspectors, the batches of the police, because I have been a teacher of the, in the police departments only. So I am regularly taking their batches of 60, 70 police inspector, constables and all that. I have been taking larger group. I have been able to converse with the larger groups, and that also with confidence. So that is what I have gained from Toastmasters. Earlier, I was not very comfortable even with the small kids, but now I owe a lot to it. Yes, it has completely changed myself.
Sure. So that's exactly what you got to tell your prospects, that this is what happened to you, that life turned around. You as a professional, because that was your career. Your career was that of a teacher. How much more improved you've been as a teacher, as a professional, because of what Toastmasters has given you. Toastmasters is a tool. Toastmasters is not the end of it. You don't join Toastmasters to be a better Toastmaster. You join Toastmasters to become a better person, to be better at whatever you're doing, being a better professional, being a better human being per se, to be more supportive, more understanding, a better listener, more empathetic. There's so many more adjectives that can be added to what Toastmasters teaches us. And that's what you need to do when you're reaching out to people.
Yes. Thank you very much, Deepak. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Toastmaster people. May I ask you a question?
Now you can take legal action.
Yeah, so I believe that do you think that appreciation is the key for motivating others? Like in the case of Deepti, she was being appreciated in one of the Toastmaster session. So do you think that motivated her to join?
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Appreciation is certainly a very vital tool that we have in Toastmasters. Now, every meeting, don't you see we applaud a lot? Every time, whenever somebody comes to the stage, whenever people leave the stage, we applaud. How many of you have been to physical in-person meetings? I'm sure Renu's gone. And
Yes. Many times.
Mehak, you probably have not gone to a physical meeting. So when you go to a physical meeting, the environment is different. Here, everybody is muted and you're still applauding, but you can't hear the applause. But in that physical meeting, that in-person meeting, the sound of the applause which is actually, as I said, thunderous. It immediately revitalizes everybody in the room, especially those who are being applauded. And then we give standing ovation to people, standing ovation to our icebreaker speakers, to those who've completed milestone speeches, and they feel very appreciated, recognized for their achievements. So recognition, appreciation, all of them are the key to the success of individuals because you're helping them build their self-esteem. But I would say there needs to be a little caution, because if the appreciation is false, if you're appreciating only for the sake of appreciation and there's no meaning behind that appreciation, it will be clearly identified by that person, and they will then not value it as much. So appreciate them, but give them feedback too. Provide them feedback as to what they can do to improve, be better. And we do that in the evaluations. We provide feedback as to how people can improve, how they can enhance their skills to become better than what they are. And everybody can gain from that feedback. So appreciation, recognition, and feedback. These are the three cornerstones of Toastmasters.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepak. I really believe this because I joined Toastmasters because of this only. I really like the evaluation session because they follow the approach of commendation, recommendation, and commendation. So I think that is very commendable. Thank you.
Adnan, you had something to say.
Okay, Deepak, do you feel like that Toastmasters is also addictive?
Of course it is. How do you think I've been here for 19 years and still coming to Toastmasters meetings and enjoying every moment that I'm in Toastmasters? Of course it's addictive. I tell people that if you were to punch on my skin and draw my blood and then test it, it's going to be T positive. Yeah, not A, not B, but T positive.
Wonderful.
And all of you, most of you in this room have T positive blood.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Yes, it's addictive, and sometimes you've got to draw a line. There was a time I was a member of 6 clubs and I was attending every single club meeting, and it was taking away a lot of my time, my mind space as well. So I had to decide how I would curtail the number of clubs that I would be a member of. Currently, I'm a member of 2 clubs, and I'm regular at my club meetings, and I do all the roles at the club meeting. Today, later in the afternoon, is the JPKU Toastmasters meeting. That's one of my home clubs, and I'm the general evaluator in that meeting. And also, I will be evaluating the table topics in that meeting. So yeah, I enjoy myself thoroughly, but I've realized that it can become too much as well. So you've got to maintain a balance.
True.
Do anyone want to ask some other questions? This is going to be a good discussion. This is
Looks like everybody's run out of questions.
Deepak, one more thing. Actually, I wanted to ask you, when I first heard that you became the international president, since that day only, I have been thinking of asking this question someday. Like, how could you make it actually? Seriously, it has been such a tedious, it has been such a long journey, and I don't think so. It is like you have achieved it actually. It is kind of something I am falling short of the words actually. You have done such a commendable job, how could you do this actually? Can you summarize it for us?
Thank you for that question. Sometimes I feel I'm living a dream that perhaps I'll wake up and I'll be back to being what I was 19 years ago, just a plain ordinary member. And I didn't join Toastmasters hoping that one day I'd become the international president. When I joined Toastmasters in 2002, we had only 1 club in Delhi. And in fact, there were no other clubs in the entire north of India. There were 5 clubs in Bangalore, 1 club in Delhi, and that's it. 6 clubs in the entire country. Today, there are more than 1,500 clubs in India, nearly 200 clubs in the NCR. So we've grown significantly. But at that time, I did not know that there was an international president, that there was a board of directors, that there was even some concept called the district, because we weren't part of a district, we weren't part of a division area, we were an undistricted club. So I couldn't even think of becoming an international president, because of course I was not even aware. And honestly, I did not even look out for it. Even once, let's say when we became a district in 2006, all the clubs in India and Sri Lanka became a district together, District 82. That was the first district that was formed. And in that year, I became division governor. Now you call them division directors. Like Ekta. Ekta is a division director, Ekta Shetty.
Yes.
So I was, in that first year of the district, a division director. And I had a huge division under my charge. All of India all the clubs in India, except the clubs in the 3 southern states of Kerala, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu, the other parts of India were my division. So you can imagine the huge division that I had and the amount of strain I had. I didn't have time to think of anything except going from city to city to city, trying to build Toastmasters, trying to develop the awareness of Toastmasters, because there used to be just one club. Nobody knew about Toastmasters. And then the following year, I kept moving, up the ladder. At no point in time did I think that I would end up on the board of directors or become the international president. It was once I finished my term as district director in 2009, 2010, that I had this meeting with the past international president, Dilip Abhisekara. I sat with him at the international convention. He gave me a little time. We spent almost 4 hours chatting. And he laid that path in front of me as to what is it that I could do at the international stage. And that was very inspiring, very motivating as to what he felt I could do. So the first thing that I did was I applied for a position of region advisor. And in 2011, I was appointed region advisor. 2011-12, I served as region advisor for the districts in region 13. We are, as District 41, a part of region 13. We have all the districts in the subcontinent, as well as in Southeast Asia, part of region 13. And the region advisor's role is to guide the districts. So like the district director guides the clubs in the district, or the division director guides the clubs in the division. The region advisor's role is to mentor and advise the leaders of the districts under their charge. And so I was appointed region advisor. The following year, in 2013, I decided to contest for a position on the board of directors as an international director. And I got elected in the international convention in Cincinnati. There, I was very fortunate to get elected. I had one other candidate contesting against me who was from Taiwan. And fortunately, the delegates, the voters decided to vote me in. So 2013, 2015, I served as international director on the board. And then in 2015, once I finished my term, I decided that I would now contest for the position of second vice president in 2016. August of 2016, we were 6 candidates for that one position of second vice president. Now that's a position which is hotly contested, because that's the entry position to ultimately take you to international president. You serve 1 year as second vice president, the next year as first vice president, then you serve as international president-elect, and then you become international president. So the second vice president is a hotly contested position. There were 6 candidates, 3 from the United States, 1 from Canada, 1 from Saudi Arabia, and me from India. And again, fortunately for me, I got elected as the second vice president in Washington, DC in the United States in August 2016. And then, of course, I was in line to become international president in 2019 thereafter. What I realized was that ultimately what took me to that position was that each year, when I served in whatever position I was, whether I was a club officer, district officer, regional advisor, international director, I ensured that I did that role very well. I did it to the best of my ability. I fulfilled my commitment, my responsibility, without looking at what would be next after that. But once I completed my role, once I knew that I'd done it to the best possible, with excellence, that's when I decided that I would go to the next role. So that's one step at a time, one taking each rung slowly, learning everything that Toastmasters offered me, that role offered me, is how I finally got to become international president.
Superb, superb. I have a one-liner for you.
Mhm.
Though drudgery drained all your veins, but certainly paid you handsome gains.
It was not drudgery. It was not at all drudgery. I enjoyed every single moment that I served Toastmasters in every single role. Every role that I took up was a learning opportunity for me. I was learning all the while, and I was making friends. I was getting to know people, and it continued to change my life.
Wonderful.
Yes,
Hello,
Gopal.
Deepak. Hello. First of all, thank you for this really wonderful session. I must say it's a wonderful session. Where we are getting to know about your journey, how you are doing all these things. One thing that I would like to ask is, Toastmaster journey is a quite volunteer journey where there is no monetization is involved in it. And as you are saying that you were member of Six Club and you are now international president of the Toastmaster Club, of course you have spent lots of time on it. How do you manage, or how do you suggest us to manage these two things? Monetization is, of course, for living. We need monetization. We need something for that. How do you manage, or how should we manage that?
There was this past international president who always would jokingly say, Toastmasters, where leaders are not paid. And that's very true. But at the same time, I go back to what Mehak asked about appreciation and recognition. And the recognition that everybody gets, including the leaders, this applause, that itself is motivating, that's inspiring. Where people recognize, motivate, inspire, appreciate, that itself is remuneration, is the monetary, it's not monetary, but it takes that place. At the same time, people serve in leadership roles because they have a lot to give. Ultimately, I believe that the purpose of life is to live a life of purpose. And I discovered my purpose in Toastmasters. I discovered that I was able to touch the lives of so many people by serving as a leader, and not just within my close circle, but people around the world. And that's what's kept me going. That's what's motivated me and kept me going until I reached where I did. And I'm a lifetime Toastmaster. I don't think I'm ever going to leave Toastmasters, and I'm going to continue providing mentoring, support, advice. When Ekta Shetty came to me and said, this club is struggling, it's celebrating its 50th meeting, would you be willing to come and participate, deliver a keynote speech? I said, yes, of course. I will certainly come and help. And that's the reason I'm here. You're not paying me anything. You're not giving me anything in return, but I'm here to help you, to give you any kind of support that I possibly can. If my presence can be of any help, I'm here for you. Yes, it can become very time consuming. And there was a time I was spending almost 12 hours, 14 hours a day on Toastmasters. That was the year when I was serving as district director, 2009, 2010. We had a huge district. and all of India and Sri Lanka. And I was living in New Delhi, but I had to travel across to the various places that the district was. Plus, we were also growing very rapidly. We were growing at the pace of one new club every 5 days. And so it was very time-consuming work. But thereafter, I decided that I needed to step back and find ways in which I needed to manage my time more effectively. And I was able to keep buckets of time dedicated to either my profession or to Toastmasters, ensuring that I also made time for family so that everything was balanced. When we lose this balance is when we suffer the most. I'm a chartered accountant. I'm practicing. That's where I get my bread and butter to be able to pay for my passion, which is, of course, Toastmasters. So indeed, you've got to find ways that you will earn and then spend, of course, on your passion, which I hope is Toastmasters as well. But find the balance, maintain the balance, and people will respect you for it.
Again, the same question is around the last question. Like you mentioned, that it's about passion and appreciation. And of course, we are giving something back to the society. It's something like that, right? Mm-hmm. Now, when we are giving something back to the society, of course, in the Toastmaster itself, like you mentioned that in the districts meeting, you used to go here and there in different countries. And of course, it would be around, again, the monetization, where you spending money from your pocket or Toastmaster were supporting for this.
Okay. Thankfully, when you're in leadership roles, when you're serving as a district officer or as an international officer or international director, your costs are reimbursed. So while you may not receive any remuneration, your travel costs, your lodging is, of course, reimbursed. So at least that doesn't have to go out of your pocket.
Thank you. Thank you. That's great.
Are there any other questions?
All right, so I think we should wrap it.
So before I take leave of you, I do want to ask a question of each one of you.
Yes, sure.
And the question is, the next time you want to invite somebody to Toastmasters who doesn't know Toastmasters at all, what will you tell them? And I'm going to ask each one of you to tell me what you're going to tell them. I'm not a Toastmaster. You're inviting me. What will you tell me when you invite me to come to the Toastmasters Club of Storytellers? And I'm going to start with Gopal.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to start with me. Yes, Deepak, when I joined Toastmaster, I was like, I can't speak. Even right now, I cannot make the structuring of the speech whenever I am speaking. I can't make a good structure. It happens with me, but right now I am in Toastmaster Club, so I'm confident that whether I can make a good structure or not, but I can speak and I will speak. This is the confidence that I have taken from the Toastmaster Club. The first meeting when I joined as a Toastmaster, not as a Toastmaster, as a guest, it was the same situation that you mentioned about the Dipti. When table topic session was going on, I was like sitting behind the chair. Oh my God, I should not be called. At least in this table topic, I should not be called because I would not be able to utter a single word. That was my situation at that time. And in today's date, whenever I usually attend 2 to 3 meetings in a week in Toastmaster meetings. Why? I want to contribute, I want to participate in the table topic session. This is the change that I have seen in myself. And the same change I want in other people. And this is a story that I would tell to the new member of the Toastmaster.
Excellent, Gopal. That's a great story. Well done. Just a recommendation that I can give you is that when you tell that story, tell them how you've applied that skill of being able to speak impromptu in your daily life as well, outside Toastmasters. Because ultimately, as I said, the purpose of joining Toastmasters is not to become a good Toastmaster. It's to apply the skills that we learn outside Toastmasters. So also talk about how the skill of being able to speak impromptu, being able to speak on any topic with confidence, you've been able to apply in your daily life. Okay?
Yes, in that case, I would like to say about this, that how did I apply that actually? I should say right now.
Go ahead.
I am from design industry, and in design industry, you have to speak about the design. It's not necessary. It's not the main part that whatever you are designing and you are showing it to someone, then he's saying yes or no. That is not sufficient. Until or unless I cannot explain my design, I would not be able to actually influence by my design. In today's date, I whenever I give any design or whenever I review any design, I always speak about the design. I always explain that in front of so many people. Otherwise, I was not even able to do that 101. Right now, I can explain it in front of huge audience, and I am doing that. I'm right now in these days, I am giving so many sessions in my company. So yes, I have improved a lot.
Fantastic. Excellent. Thank you very much, Gopal. Mehak, you're next.
Yes, thank you so much for inviting me back. Well, if you ask me, I think I would say that when I joined Toastmasters, well, what reason was like my mamu was is an inspiration for me. I joined because of him. And when initially I took part as a guest in one of the meetings, I was invited to speak for the cable topic itself, and I was good, okay, but it was not that like I could have spoken more. I thought afterwards, but the cable topic evaluator gave the evaluation in a very constructive manner. He told me about my recommendation, and commendation, like the way he approach he followed. And I like that approach. And he just so many facts about myself. Like I thought that were not very good in my speech, but he gave them as a commendation. So I felt that that was something, and it was basically the reason was appreciation itself. Like the one way it motivated me. That was the thing that I was able to join to get Toastmasters. And I think that for I will, if I'm inviting some other person, I would just say this reason was the main fact that I joined Toastmasters. That is the appreciation. When you see yourself being appreciated by so many people and delivering your story in front of so many people wasn't the other fact that motivated me to join.
Thank you. Thank you, Mehak. Thank you very much. We've already heard from Renu because we had that in conversation. So I'm not going to ask Renu the same question again, but Adnan, and then that will be it.
Okay, so I'm just going to tell you how I invited some people to the Toastmasters. So I told them that, you remember that shy Adnan who never used to talk to anyone? Okay, so now I can talk. Do you want to know how? Just come with me this Saturday at 3. Just be ready. We're going to go to a social event. And if they say no, I'll keep insisting them. And come on, there will be food. So, yes. The thing is, I have tried many times to explain them what Toastmasters meeting is, and there is no possible way to explain them without giving them the actual experience. Some of them still call my Toastmaster meetings as Adnan's TEDx. They keep calling it TEDx. I mean, it's not TEDx, it's Toastmasters. So yeah, if they are my close friends, I'll keep insisting them to please visit once so they can actually know what Toastmasters is.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Adnan. I'm going to leave all of you with a challenge. And the challenge is that in the coming month of November, make sure that each one of you gets in at least 3 people into your club meetings as guests by giving them your story, telling them your story, making them inspired and motivated. And the next time I visit your club, I don't want to see only 7 people in the room. I want to see at least 30 people in the room. That's just a very small challenge I'm giving you. I'm not giving you a very big challenge, but I hope that you're going to be able to do that.
Challenge accepted. Challenge accepted.
Wonderful. All the best.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you for having me over. I have to leave. I have to get to another meeting. So I wish you all the very best, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the meeting. All the best, everybody. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Deepak. Goodbye.
Okay. So let's get back to the meeting. It was a wonderful keynote from Deepak. And as he told us about his journey, my own Toastmaster journey was going in my head, my first meeting and how I joined Toastmasters. And one thing I would like to share with you all, that the usual time I was not regular at Toastmasters meetings, and I used to take back off from roles all the times. But since last 3 months, as I'm doing a leadership role as a president in this club, there's responsibilities, and which gives me discipline, and which makes me regular to the meetings, and everything which comes on me, I am ready to take it on me. So these days, I am not scared to volunteer myself as in the table topic sessions. So just a thought came to my mind. So again, happy Diwali. We are joined with Gopal and Advait. So it's our 50th meeting, and we are also celebrating Diwali. So Gopal, happy Diwali, and Advait, happy Diwali. I would like to know from you guys, what do you love most on Diwali?
I love most on Diwali is about meeting with my dears and nears. That is the most important part, because in this busy life, we don't have time. What we are doing is most of the time we are sending message on the WhatsApp and chatting on WhatsApp, giving a call on WhatsApp. But in Diwali, of course, even in Diwali, there is trend now. Just say Happy Diwali or forward the message of that Happy Diwali. But I think that is not right. At least your near one, your dear one, you should go there at their home and say Happy Diwali. I like that thing a lot, because in the Diwali, I come to know that actually who is my dear and near. So I like most about meeting in person in Diwali with the people.
Thank you, Gopal. It's my pleasure to have you here. We actually started our Toastmaster journey almost together. I do remember.
Yeah.
And Advait, are you with us? Okay, so I guess Advait is with us, but he's not listening to us right now. So let's move to the other session. I'll just hand over the stage to Toastmaster Renu, so she can conduct her truth and dare session. Toastmaster Renu, the stage is all yours.
All right, all right. Thank you, Adnan. Thank you very much. So, friends, since we are celebrating half of the century today, no celebration is complete without some rip tickling, funny games or activities, right? So, today I'm here to do the needful. I'm going to play a wonderful game with you, which is the most ancient Greek game, which was known as questions or commands. Don't get scared. These days we call it truth or dare. I'm sure
You have gone mute.
Sorry. So have you played this game ever? No? Okay. So this is a very simple game and very, very interesting game. Trust me. What you have to do, first of all, I would like to tell you the rules of the game. There are two parts of the game. One is the truth, or second is the dare. When you come on the stage, when you volunteer yourself, you'll be asked to choose one of these, either truth or dare. Supposing you choose truth, then I will give you a question. Okay? You have to answer that question. Very simple. There is nothing in that. Okay? But no, there is a twist in that. You have to be at most truthful. It has to be an honest confession. You cannot cook up a story like this as we do in the table topics and all that. It has to be an honest confession. Yes, this is the truth. Okay? But on the contrary, if you choose their part, then I will assign you some task. One task I will give you and you have to do accordingly. For example, I'll ask you to run to your kitchen and bring a lemon and eat it raw, kind of this thing. So that will be the dare part. Am I clear to you people? Okay. So should we go? Should we start the game then? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Who wants to volunteer first? Trust me, you will
Not
enjoy.
me.
Not you?
Not
Okay.
me.
Okay, then Adnan only will come first. Adnan,
Gopal wants to go first.
Okay. I'm a very good teacher. I know how to put my students to task. Okay, Gopal. So we are starting with you. Okay.
Yes.
Now you have to choose either truth or dare.
I don't want to do any dare kind of stuff. I don't want to twist that lemon on my mouth that you mentioned. So I would go with truth.
All right. And you know the rule, you have to be very honest. Okay.
Yes.
God is looking at you.
See, I am always honest whenever,
Wonderful.
Yeah. So I don't have any concern with that.
Okay. So now you have to choose a number so that I can give you a question. Choose any number of your choice.
My favorite number is 6.
6. Okay. If given a chance, which actress you would like to date and why? I repeat.
Yeah, I got it.
Yes.
Like, this conversation has been done so many times in my group as well. Like, I am working with a corporate company and I have a team, and my team are the age of 21, 25, 30, 35. I'm more older than that. Whenever they talk, they always talk about like Kareena Kapoor and
Yes.
so they always talk about Kareena Kapoor and other, but I always think of Vidya Balan.
Wow.
Because I like her.
Yes.
I like her acting. She is a versatile actor. She can do any role. I respect her as an actor. I have, though I'm not much appreciate watching the movies, and I don't go that much watch the movie, but whenever I watch her movie, I feel that yes, she is a good actress. And I have seen her different movies where she's in some of the movies she's very like emotional scenes being given. In some of the movies she is very bold, beautiful, and I will not use any terms which is not allowed in the Toastmaster Club. So so that is the reason I like Vidya Balan more. And After that, Madhuri Dixit is also good.
Now you're getting more greedy.
Wait for a minute. He will also tell the third actress name.
I know. You were supposed to choose only one actress.
So I will go with Vidya Balan.
Okay, done. So I'm giving Vidya Balan to you. Enjoy your date. Great. Well done. Very nice.
Thank you.
Now coming to the next. Who is the next one now? We are very less in number.
Why your session is more scarier than the table topic session?
It is something like that
It is
only.
giving me giggles from inside.
Okay, Dan, should I start with you now?
Sure.
Yes. Truth or dare?
What if I failed in dare?
You first of all, you try. There will be easy dares, not very difficult ones.
Okay, so
Very
dare
easy.
dare it is.
Okay, dare. Yes. So now you have to act like a chotu or a servant at home for 2 minutes. You have to serve your master as a chotu. And your time starts now.
Well, first of all, let's not promote child labor. Okay, so if I was Chotu, what would I have said to my master? I would have asked why. Why are you making a little kid do things? I am supposed to study. I am the future of this country. Please give me a chance and be a good human being first. So, as a Chotu, I'm too smart to say these things to you. So, you can probably think I'm going to be a leader in the future. And I have a good vision, you can see. So, please don't waste the future of this country. Okay, so that's it. Let's see
But you
what
have
the
to
master
act
says.
also, no? You have to act also.
Okay, so I had to act kiddish, right?
Yeah, of course.
Well, I'm always acting kiddish. You
You
may have
can do
not
in Hindi.
known.
You can do in Hindi also.
Okay, so please, master, please let me study. Okay, so I guess no Chotu ever says like that or say these kind of things, but this is what the necessity thing to be said.
Wonderful. Very nice. Siddhant. Wonderful. So now, Mehak, can I see your
Yes.
pretty face? Yes, my dear. Truth or dare?
Truth.
Truth? Why is there so much noise? Okay. Truth you are selected, no?
Yeah, truth.
Okay. Choose a number.
4.
4. Okay. If you could listen only one song in your entire life, which song would you choose? Mind it will be the only one song. You'll have to stay with one song only for the lifetime. To name the song.
I have a song actually that I continue
Good.
to listen. That's my favorite song.
Mhm.
That's Channa Meria from Ae Dil Hai Mushkil.
So you
Yeah,
have
so
to
I
sing
think I
this.
will choose that.
No, you have to sing the song. No, how would we come to know?
No, I'm too bad at it.
No, baby,
Well,
just try.
if everyone supports, let's sing it together.
Yeah. Sure. We'll do that. You start.
Okay. सच्ची मोहब्बत शायद वही है जिसमें सुकून है, जिसमें जुनून है, पर दो दिलों की यारी न की तो कितना सुकून है, कितना सुकून है, लेके तुझे तेरे कदमों पे एहसास किया, चन्ना मेरे या
या
मेरे या
मेरे या
चन्ना
चन्ना मेरे या चन्ना
चन्ना
मेरे
मेरे।
या मेरे या चन्ना मेरे या.
Thank
Lovely,
you.
lovely, Meg. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And who is the next one? Advait, are you there? Advait, where has he lost then? We
I
are
want to
only
hear
4
Rohan
people.
Batra. I want to hear Rohan Batra.
Yeah, where's Rohan then?
Actually, Rohan is not here, and I am from Rohan's ID from the laptop.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we can do again. We can do another round starting from Gopal.
Of the same. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. And now you have to choose vice versa. Okay. Anybody who chose the truth, now he has to choose the dare part. Right, Gopal. Now you have to
Yes.
choose. I have already chosen dare for you. And
But-
which number? Yeah, please.
But no lemon, huh?
No lemon. Done. Okay, choose the number then.
3.
3. Okay. See, you are not supposed to get up from your chair, okay? But you have to become a vegetable seller and sell potatoes or anything else, potato, onion, for 2 minutes to all 3 of us. And it can be in Hindi also.
आलू वाला, प्याज वाला, मैडम प्याज ले लीजिए, बहुत सस्ते हैं मैडम, नहीं बता रहे हैं, सस्ते हैं, बहुत सस्ते हैं, कल तक 60 रुपए थे, आज 50 रुपए हैं, आप प्याज कहीं पर भी डाल सकते हो, किसी भी सब्जी में प्याज के बिना कुछ नहीं हो सकता, आलू वो तो बहुत ही कैरेक्टरलेस है, कभी भिंडी के साथ, कभी गोभी के साथ, कभी किसके साथ, बट खाने में बहुत टेस्टी है, आप ले सकते हैं, ऐसी बात नहीं है, सही बता रहे हैं, और यह भी सस्ते हैं, महंगे नहीं है ये, कल तक ये 30 रुपए किलो थे, आज 20 रुपए किलो हैं, और मेरे पास हर साइज के आलू हैं, छोटे हैं, मीडियम साइज हैं, बड़े हैं, अब आपको किस तरीके के चाहिए, आप खुद डिसाइड कीजिए, अगर आप छांट सकते हैं तो ठीक है, नहीं छांट सकते तो मैं भी आपके लिए छांट सकता हूँ, चाहे आलू है चाहे प्याज है. थैंक यू.
Oh, it was marvelous.
Gopal, was that impromptu or you were a vegetable seller?
Oh.
This job. I loved it. Seriously. This can it can be a part-time job also. Too good, yeah. Too good. Hats off to you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now coming to Adnan. Okay, Adnan?
Yeah. So it's dare time. Oh, truth time.
Truth time, yes. Okay. Choose a number.
Well, I don't have a favorite number, but let's go with 3.
Okay. So you have to tell me, have you ever been on date with somebody? And what was the most embarrassing or stupid thing you did on your first date with her?
Well,
Be honest.
I'll be honest, and this is actually very embarrassing for me that I haven't been on date ever.
Sorry, I couldn't get it.
I haven't been on date ever. So this is actually very embarrassing for me right now, but it's okay.
But no way, you have to make a story someday, or you have to choose. You cannot answer it yes or no.
So see, this is embarrassing for you. So you can tell about how it is embarrassing. How do you feel? What you should do? Yeah.
To go on a date with somebody, you have to make some efforts also, no?
Yeah, that's the thing. I usually don't make efforts to things. These things I want to come on me. I think that's a bad attitude. And as Meg sang her favorite song, it used to be my favorite song also in 2017. And thank God the days have been passed, and now I am completely independent. So yeah, so that's the truth. I actually shared you the truth, and I think it should be appreciated that I said it.
So our honest Adnan, Mr. President Adnan, he has been so sweet. All right. So Meg, where are you hiding yourself?
Yes, here I am.
Yeah. she comes she comes with a big bang, all the music, all the things are there with her. Okay, you will choose. What will you choose?
Here, I think.
There.
Only
Okay, choose your number.
2.
Sorry?
2.
2. Okay. You have to apply virtual makeup, okay, without looking into the mirror. You have to get ready for a function virtually. So we're looking at you.
Get ready for like in
We are
reality
going.
or just like
Now only you have to use all that, no?
no, I'm saying
What?
like in reality I have to bring all the products or
No. You
okay.
just have to act only.
Okay. Yeah.
Beautiful. Let's give all of you yourself a good round of applause. No? Great one. So actually I prepared more also, but since we are less in numbers, so next some other time we'll continue the game in any
Okay,
of the meeting.
sure. So
Yes.
let's move to the other session. We are left with 2 more sessions. One is table topic, and so let me first conduct my session. It's called
Yes.
No Smiling. So what I'm gonna do, listen carefully. I'll call 2 people together. I'm gonna pin them on screen, and what they need to do is to make each other smile. And whoever smiles first will lose. Is that clear with everyone? Okay, so let's start with Renu and Gopal.
See, you will give us some act also to do, or
No,
it will just.
you guys have to make each other smile. Yeah, you can use jokes or faces or anything.
Okay.
Okay, let's start. Keep looking at each other. Renu ma'am, I think you are already smiling.
Okay. Then again, I will start. Okay. Am I serious now?
Yes, now you're serious. Let's start. You can also tell jokes to each other.
Life and wife.
Your aloo was good, but your
Thank
onion
you.
was not so good.
Thank
You
you. No
should work
problem.
upon your. You should work upon your onion.
Yes, I will peel all the onion, all the layers of onion. Then you will find there will be great stuff within that onion.
Do something.
What do you think? What do you suggest? What should I do for that?
You throw all the onions out of your balcony. Easy.
That's great. You are very clever. I know that
I
you
know.
are downstairs in my balcony and you will take up all those onion. Huh? Yeah, I
Of
understand
course,
that now.
that is why I am suggesting you this thing. You know, Gopal, don't underestimate me. I'm a
Yes.
very shrewd person.
So
Be
what do
know
you?
of me.
But you are underestimating me and asking me to throw all the onion. No, I will not do that because I
I
know
know
you
this
are
thing.
there. You
I
are
know this thing.
there.
You are not going to do anything of this kind, no? You are also
Right.
not less shrewd, no? Okay.
You are
I'll have
smiling.
to.
Adnan, Renu is
Yes, yes.
smiling.
I
See,
can watching I'm watching
yes,
everything.
she is
Yeah, I was
smiling.
not smiling like
No,
this
She is
only.
you're
smiling.
laughing right
I'm
now.
still not smiling.
You
See,
are
I'm
still
not
in
still
the
smiling. You
You
are still
only.
smiling.
No,
No,
you
I am
only
not
said.
at all. I am not at all that kind of guy
Okay,
who
okay,
smiles. I
okay.
don't
Let's not
smile.
fight. Let's
Okay,
not fight. I am the judge.
okay, Gopal.
Let me
Your
just
onion were good, our potato were good, and you were also good. Nice.
let me also. Okay, so actually you both were really good, but Gopal had Gopal had made throughout a poker face. Meanwhile, Redu ma'am was actually smiling. I think her face is like just like that.
Yeah, my face is
Even when
like
she
this
was
Yeah,
serious,
only.
she was
she has
felt
a
like she was
smiley
smiling.
face. That is why.
Yes. So that is also my mistake only.
But I
Okay,
can change
so
my expression.
Yeah.
okay, so as we have Mehak only, Advait, are you still with us? Can you listen to us? Today, Advait is acting like Anand Bhai from Munna Bhai MBBS.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I'll do a competition with Mehak now.
Hmm.
We both have to, and you guys have to be the judge then.
Yes.
Let me pin myself also. Okay, so just tell us when to start.
Go.
Hi Mehak, how are you?
Meg is on mute.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm also good.
What are you doing?
I am actually doing a Toastmasters meeting. I'm trying not to laugh. What are you doing?
I'm
Are you
also
trying?
doing a Toastmasters meeting, trying not to laugh.
But I can only say you're trying to laugh right now. I can see it on your face. You're controlling it so bad.
Yeah, maybe I'm back at that. Trying controlling. It's been such a funny making from the Sky. From Sky, it was nice, but after the Truth and Dare session, I think is quite funny.
I think today's session was funny.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so you wanna listen to a dark joke?
Okay.
No matter, I would have, if you had said yes or no, I would still tell you the joke. But I had to make you smile or laugh. Okay, to a very busy man goes to a doctor. So he has no time, he's a tight schedule. So he goes to a doctor and to know his reports. So the doctor is checking the reports and he says, Doctor साहब जल्दी बताइए मेरे पास बिल्कुल टाइम नहीं है. And the doctor says, आपको तो पहले से पता है.
Meg, wow, yeah. How can you control yourself?
Do you have some joke for me?
Well, I think your favorite song was Channa Merias. That was the joke.
The joke was I sung it too, and now I can listen to that on YouTube actually. Because this is going live and it's so awkward. And I also told people that I've never been on date. So awkward.
You won this round then.
I did. We don't even want judge for this. Wait, it was over, right? Because I just laughed at the end.
nahi, Dan was laughing only.
Yes, you were laughing.
Okay. I guess I lost then.
Yes,
After all this. All right, so let's stop this. Let me unpin ourselves. Thank you, Mehak, and it was a good session. Now let's move. We did a 2 competition, and for the first one, Gopal was the winner, and for the second one, Mehak is the winner. Let's move to our final and last session for today's meeting. See, today we are so much less in numbers, and I have started to like these less number meeting. We talk a lot to each other, and it's so fun.
yeah.
Well, let's start the table topic session. I'll be the timer, and Mehak will be the table topic master. Mehak, stage is all yours.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. First of all, I would like to congratulate all of us for achieving this goal. That is the 50th meeting of our Toastmasters Club of Storytellers. Well, I surely believe that you are aware about the rules of the table topic session, but still, I would like to dictate. Each speaker is required to speak for about 1 to 2 minutes. 30 seconds will be given on the upper side. Any speaker speaking for more than 2 minutes 30 seconds or less than 1 minute will be disqualified. So all the best to everyone, and Adnan will time us. So first, who would like to go? I think Toastmaster Renu, you have heard a lot of things from us. Now it's your time.
Okay, sure.
Okay. So the topic for you is, what is the best compliment you have ever received? Toastmaster Renu, what is the best compliment you have ever received? The stage is yours.
Hello, everyone. It was the year 2004 when I was running an event management company. It was the Eventua event management company. And I got a contract for launching Skoda Superb car in Delhi Golf Club. I was very excited, as well as I was very nervous also. But when the contract was to be signed, it was a very huge contract, And when the contract was to be signed, it was from Bhasin Motors at Rajouri Garden. So they are the main distributor for the Skoda Superb cars and all. So when the contract was to be signed, best compliment what I got was his father, when he looked at me and he saw my face and he said, "You are Bhasin, you have given this contract to this lady? Will she be able to perform this all the fashion show and Skoda Superb car launch? It is such a big assignment." From face, she looks so simple. ये तो face ना लिस्ट तो शरीफ लगती हैगी, किस तरह करेगी ये काम? So that was she looks so simple kind of girl only. Whether she'll be able to perform such a huge, long, it is a very marvelous job. So will she be able to perform her duty excellently? And it was the Bhasin Motors owner only. He said, no, she has been doing all the Honda Eterno scooter launch, Mahindra Scorpio launch, and many fashion shows she has already done, Papa. So she will certainly do that. And that is the best part of her. She is so simple. She doesn't look like a event organizer. And whatever she does, she is very honest and she does her work very properly. So that was the best compliment I have ever got. That even though I was into this industry, it was a very fashion industry and all that glamorous industry. But yes, people used to call me that she was a very simple lady, and they used to trust me blindly. If I had taken an assignment, I would certainly do that. And that was the best compliment I have ever gotten. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Renu. I think that is the best compliment, and
Yes.
that's what that you can do. So next, who would like to volunteer? Toastmaster Gopal. Okay. So the topic for you is, how do you start your day? Toastmaster Gopal. Toastmaster Gopal, how do you start your day? The stage is yours.
How do you start your day? If the question is with me, then my day start with 3 glasses of water. Yes, in the morning, as I get up, I always go and make water a little warm for me and have 3 glasses of water. And after that, the nature calls as usual. So I'm going little in details that because I'm starting with glass of water, the nature calls. And after that, I do a yoga for 1.5 hours. This is my daily routine that I have to do that at least. After that, the day as it go, it has to go. I don't have any control after that. What I want that I want to give some time to myself. And that sometime is that 1.5 hours that I give to myself. Because in whole day activities, we do lots of things. We do do something for the monetization, like we have to earn something and we have to leave. We spend time in relationship with wife, husband, sister, brother, daughter, son. So what we are doing is we are giving our time to someone else. But as an individual, when I feel that in the 24 hours, we should give at least 1 hour to ourselves. And that 1 hour is the time when I am doing yoga. And I want that from all of you. From this 24 hours of clock, you should give at least 1 hour to yourself. And that 1 hour should be whatever you like. It may be yoga, it may be pranayam, it may be some exercise, it may be some watching a movie or whatever, but give at least 1 hour to yourself. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gopal. And I really believe that me time is very important in a day schedule. You should have something that you are involved in just asking for yourself. Now, Toastmaster Adnan.
Sure.
Okay, so Toastmaster Adnan, the topic for you is, where was the best vacation you have ever taken? Where was the best vacation you have ever taken? Toastmaster Adnan, the stage is yours.
Okay, so whenever I'm asked about anything best, I'm always get confused at which one to choose from all of them. So let me just tell you, uh, there haven't been a lot of vacations in my life. I usually used to go to my father's village in UP. That used to be my vacation. Apart from that, I last year I did a bike ride to Missouri, in the outskirts of Missouri, and I would definitely say that was the best vacation I had ever had, because for the first time I went up to the mountains, and it was like a dream come true from the childhood. So when I did trekking and I went up to the mountains and watching the stars, and it was a really great feeling and really spiritual feeling, I should say. So yeah, that trip, I would say that was the best vacation I had. Just last year I also went to Dubai to my sisters, and I went there, and then the lockdown happened, so I was stuck there for like 6 months, and I used to just sit there and eat things and watch movies and do a little learning also. So that was also what I would say, that was the best trip I had. It was just long. Okay, so that's it from my side. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Adnan. I really believe that unexpected trips are the best. Maybe that was the reason it was the best for you too. Any other who would like to go again, or let's end this session? Okay, yeah, Toastmaster Gopal. What is the best present you have ever received? Toastmaster Gopal. Toastmaster Gopal, what is the best present you have ever received? The stage is yours.
The best present God has given me, my eyes. I can see the beauty around me. I can feel it. Without I cannot feel it. I cannot see anything. Then how will I appreciate anything, even my life? Can you imagine if you are a blind person, just for 1 or 2 minutes, feel that you are a blind person and you cannot see anything. And the favorite one, any one of your dear one coming in front of you and you cannot see him or her. You cannot imagine. Even if you start imagining, you will be in fear. You cannot see that guy. That guy is coming up with a gift. With a gift is your favorite color, shirt, pant, or whatever the dress. You cannot see that. You can wear that, but you cannot see that. Can you imagine? So, guys, we have the most precious gift is our eyes, and it cannot be replaced with anything. Present, of course, we get so many present in our like birthday, marriage anniversary, or there are so many occasions, but we should respect the gift which God has given us. God has given us this precious eye. Netram Pradhanam. This was the word which was told by God Krishna. Ki eyes are the most important and precious gift given by the God to you. Respect that. Don't burn it. Don't bury it. Try to register yourself for donating. Eye donation should be your first priority. I am using my eye right now and I can see the world around me, but there are people who don't have eye. So register yourself for the eye donation. This is the most precious gift that I have and you have also. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Generator. There are many such kind of things that we can appreciate. Like I'm glad that we appreciate you on something that is God has given to you, which is the most precious thing as well. Any other person would like to give a second try?
I can also
Toastmaster.
go.
Okay. Toastmaster Renu, when are you most inspired? When are you most inspired? Toastmaster Renu, the stage is yours.
When do I feel most inspired? Yes, it is such a deep question Toastmaster Mehak has given to me. You know, Mehak, my whole life has been a roller coaster kind of ride. I have seen so many misfortunes, mishappenings, and so many unpleasant happenings have happened in my life. And what inspired me, what kept me going was these misfortunes only. Whenever, it happens with everybody in their life. The only phases and the phases of calamity change. But everybody has to face the upper and the lower side of the life. Whenever something happened, I don't know whether you people know it or not. When my kids were very young, my younger kid was only 4 years old, my husband died. And my elder son was 10 years old. So it has been a very pathetic, very problematic life for a single female to raise 2 kids single-handedly, earn also, take care of their education also, and so many other things. But only thing which kept me going was that these misfortunes, one after the other. Whenever I would face a situation, the other would line up. Whenever I solve one problem, I will have to be ready for the next line of the problems. Sometimes the roof was leaking, sometimes the car got damaged, sometimes I didn't have school fee to pay, sometimes one thing or the other thing. So, but this all things gave me so much courage that yes, I am not here to give up. I have to dare once last. The day will certainly come. I was very sure. I'm a very positive person. I have full faith in Almighty ki whatever we have got is the best. So all these mishappenings and all these problems, one after the other, kept me inspiring all the time. And I knew this thing, yes, today the day might not be very sunny days and all that, but my day will certainly come. And that day, everybody would see that I was not here to bow, but attain rainbow. And that kept me going also, and that kept me inspired also. And to thank God, luckily we have passed all stages and everything has been at proper place. We are leading a wonderful life away from all miseries and the worries of the life. So yes, misfortunes come only to make you positive and more stronger, more tougher, and that keeps you going. Thank you, Mac.
Thank you so much, Ghostmaster. That was such an inspiring story that you shared. And I really do believe that positivity is something like every cloud has a silver lining, and there would be one day a rainbow would definitely come.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing your such an inspiring story.
Thank you, dear.
Ghostmaster Adnan, would you like to go next?
Sure.
Okay, so the topic for you is, what does creativity mean to you? What does creativity mean to you? Ghostmaster Adnan, the stage is yours.
What does creativity mean to me? Well, creativity, we usually tell people what creativity is, that when someone is doing something differently, they call it, they're doing it creatively. But I would say that when you're doing something with your own perspective, that is when, just a little second. Okay, so I think this was a creative thing to do, to stop the mic and shut off the disturbance. So yeah, when people are doing things on their own, for me, creativity would be doing martial arts. And I think studying is a creative thing to do if you're studying what you like to study. So in short, I would only say that things you love to do, you always find one way or the other way to do those things. And that is what creativity is. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster. Table topic master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Adnan. Yes, I think everybody do believe this. Like everything that we do, something or the other way, it is creativity. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for your participation in the Cable Topic session. It was a very wonderful session, and you all shared so inspiring and motivational stories about yourself. Thank you so much. Round of an applause for each and every one of us. So, now I will hand over our virtual stage to Toastmaster Adnan, our president.
Okay, thank you so much, Mehak. And today we were marking our 50th meeting, and we were also trying to celebrate Diwali. And I guess it went a wonderful meeting, but still we were short in number. So I guess there are things we can do in future. We'll discuss later. So Toastmaster Gopal, how you like the meeting and any feedback you want to give us to us, we'll be happy to have from you.
Yeah, I can understand that this was not a regular meeting where the speeches and the evaluations are done. It was special meeting for the 50th meeting of your club. And this is the very first time that I have joined your meeting. And it was awesome because we were only 4 people actually. and still we managed to do lots of good stuff, and we had a great interaction. So that was awesome. One feedback that I would like to give is in the last meeting when I was trying to attend the meeting, I joined at 28, like that 3:28. I was waiting. There was no one. I thought that what is this? Then it was 3:30. A few people joined. So if our time is 3:30 for the meeting, then it should be open by 3:15. It should be open so that if any guest is coming or anyone is coming, he should be able to watch, see, interact with the people around. In 3:31, the meeting was not started, but it was like the discussion got started that, okay, who all are there and who all are not. So I thought that this will not work, and I left the meeting and joined the another meeting, because Toastmaster Club, there are so many Toastmaster clubs where we hop on, hop off. So if I get good stuff in other club, anyone, even if you are getting good stuff in other club, then you will move on to that. So timing is the most precious thing in the Toastmaster meeting. If it is 3:30, then it should start by 3:30 and start 15 minutes before. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gopal, for giving us the feedback. And this is actually very important for us, and we will keep that in mind in future. So thank you very much for joining us today. Please join us next time too.
Sure.
And as we are a short club, we have a less number of people, and that's why there is greater potential to learn. So
Sure.
let's end the 50th meeting today, and see you all next time at 3 at Saturday.
Adnan, I have a question.
Yes.
1 minute.
Sure.
Gopal, from which club are you?
I am from Phoenix Toastmaster, and before that I was in Toastmaster of Delhi. Then I moved to Phoenix Toastmaster.
This is where?
Phoenix Toastmaster is in South Delhi itself, because tomorrow there is a physical meeting which is in east of Kailash. You are most welcome there.
Yeah, certainly.
We are going to have a physical meeting tomorrow.
Beautiful. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so let's adjourn the meeting. Meg, you want to say something?
Yeah, thank you so much for joining, everyone.
Thank you, dear everyone. It was a wonderful meeting.